Welcome to the Pressbox.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
0.9. Tie game at 72. Illinois to inbound to the corner. Brandon Paul looking to inbound. Gets to the Griffey. Layup. Oh!
Smith, 420 to right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Williams to tie it with a three. He does. And we are going to game 7.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Pressbox Live on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I am Keith Gibson, sitting in the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studios. And my broadcast partner this week, sitting in the TP in Tolono, none other than Scotty, Too Hottie Johnson. Scotty, that's a good-looking shirt you got on tonight, buddy.
Man, I tell you what, this is probably the most comfortable sweatshirt I own. And it's short sleeve, so I mean...
I know. I got the white one. I got the short sleeves going on it, too. I love these things. You can get one, too, and from the Clubhouse shop. Just hit me up.
Hey,
we'll get you taken care of. Scotty, we got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about. We're going to start off with Illini basketball. We're going to talk college football playoff schedule that came out, National Signing Day. We're going to talk streaming on TV as far as sports, and then confusion and everything it is that. What else are we talking about tonight?
Oh, we're going to get into the NBA trades. I know the deadline's today, so probably dive deeper into that when we get all this confusion figured out. NASCAR fired up last night, finally. And then the Waste Management Open, the Phoenix Open, starts this weekend. As you know, that's a really fun golf tournament. Then we're going to end the night.
Party of the year in golf.
Is the party for golf fans. You don't get many of these, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to end off with Super Bowl Sunday, so we got some big picks to make here at the end. Got some more NFL Hall of Fame debate, and then finish with some high school basketball preview. And again, Unity Rockets looking really good. So
they are. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. We're going to dive right in this week, and we're going to talk Illini basketball, the red hot. Fighting Illini. Man, Scotty, you want to talk about a team that's playing really good and really good both at home and on the road. Let's talk about the Illini. You know, we went into last week's show and we said getting a win at Nebraska would be absolutely huge. You said on our debut episode a couple weeks ago, if we get 1 or 3 of the on the road against these top-ranked teams, we'd be good. Scotty, we've got 2 already. And Sunday, we're going to go for 3.
You're absolutely right. You know, we talked 2 weeks ago, going to Purdue is going to be a task. Mackey Arena, checked it off. Next up, we got a home game, no problem, took care of business at home. Then go to Lincoln, Nebraska for a rematch, for a rebuttal game. Checked it off, took care of business there with not much of a problem. And then we get to do it again this weekend. We get to go to Michigan State for the 10th-ranked Spartans. See Tom Izzo for another tough battle.
It's always a tough place to play, too, and Coach Izzo's one of the best ever. Top 5 in my book. It's going to be tough. And if we get all 3, though, I mean, the sky's the limit. Jay Billis has talked this week on ESPN and on a couple podcasts and said Illinois is a sleeper team to win the national championship. I want to pump the brakes a little bit on that one, but we're good and we're playing really well, but there's still a lot of basketball left to play. We're going to get some guys back. Boswell will be back soon, but we're playing really good basketball, and it's a great time to be an Illini basketball fan.
Yeah, that's the thing to remember, too. All this that we've done in this last 2 weeks has been without Boswell. Our second leading scorer on the team, our senior leader, the point guard. It kind of brings into question, and I'll get your opinion on this, Keith. When Boswell comes back in the next couple weeks, does he jump right into his role that he led this team with, or do you slowly get him back because they're playing so well right now without him?
That's a great question. It's hard for me to keep him off the floor because of his defense, but Purdue, Wagler had a huge game, huge. Last week against Nebraska, he had a big game. I mean, he led the Illini in scoring, but I think he had 14 from the free throw line. So he's creating his own free throws. And we went the last Oh crap! Against Nebraska, what was it 3.5, 4 minutes without a field goal? Luckily we're making free throws, which free throws win ball games. A good old Hall of Fame coach told me that, Larry McGrew. Free throws win ball games, Scotty, and that's what really put it away last week. My worry, and we were pretty balanced against Nebraska too. You had Wagler, then you had, I think, 4 guys in double figures. I would start Boswell slowly. I would, and start working him into the rotation. I don't even know if I would start him when he comes back, depending on when he comes back. I might bring him off the bench and be that spark. Eventually taking over the starting role, because I think you have to have him on the floor. But slowly bring him back, and maybe if it's Michigan, especially bring him off the bench and get that spark, because you're going to be at home, and that place will go nuts. And you want to talk about electricity, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree with a couple things here. I don't think you can afford to play without him.
Right.
But I think, the cool thing about this team, the cool thing about this Illinois team this year is, yes, you have Keaton Wagler. He's the unicorn right now, somebody that we just haven't seen like a true freshman like this in a long time. But really, you've got so many guys on the bench that are coming in and doing their job and providing a huge role on this team. And I think that's one of the cool things Brad Underwood was talking about, was these guys know their role on the team. And you got a Ben Hummerkaus, you got a Jake Davis that are coming off the bench and doing a good job and happy with, their selected time. So I think if Boswell's healthy, he's got to get back in the game and hopefully start right where he led off, or right where he finished, and we just keep rolling. But yeah, I think you're playing so well right now. Let's slowly get him back and get this team to full strength.
The one good thing about Illinois, and great thing about Illinois, is we are deep. And I think we're deeper than people realize, because right now Underwood's only playing 7-8 deep. He is, but we've got more there. We just haven't had to go that far yet. But you think if we're playing 7-8 deep now, you get Boswell back, now you're 9 deep.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference, especially come late Big Ten season, regular season. Then you get in the Big Ten tournament, you're going to need those guys with valuable minutes. And a Jake Davis, a Hummerkaus, Stojakovic. These guys are getting valuable minutes right now that will eventually lead to more minutes, and I think more production from everyone, because they are playing as a team. And I haven't seen – I think all Illini fans compare everything to 05. 89 and 05. We do. Yep. 05 was a very special unit, but they weren't that deep. I think this team's deeper than that 05 team.
Well, I think, we're on paper, we're the largest team in the country. We got a couple 7-footers that it's just when you're playing Illinois and you've got them on your schedule as an opposing team, how do you prepare? Because you don't know who's going to be the player that night. It could be the Keaton Wagler. It could be, Tommy or Z or Stojakovic or Mirkovic. They're all having their nights. And Wagler's had a couple more than the others, but you just how do you prepare when you don't know who's going to have their night?
I think that's a great point, and it's next guy up mentality, and then you because you can't prepare. Okay, we're gonna get double Wagler so he doesn't score 23. All right, Tommy and Big Z, those guys down low are gonna get you 20 and 10, 15 and 10. Stojakovic is gonna go off for 18 and 7 assists. But really, the offense is great. What I've been more impressed about during this run has been the defense. We're playing shut-down defense. When we had Nebraska, we were down at half. And our defense made the changes, the coaching staff made changes, and we shut them down in the second half, and were able to leave there with a win.
Yeah, it's a big win going on the road. A nail-biter at home. But that's our last loss. I would like to mention December 13th, our last loss, almost 2 months ago, to Nebraska by a late buzzer beater 3-pointer. So we're now 11 in a row, I believe. Again, we talked about taking care of business at home, like we've seen these last couple games. But again, you have a big road game against Michigan State on Saturday night, which is it's going to be a great game. A couple stats too, Keith. That I see in this team. we're averaging 84 points per game. We got 12 straight wins right now. 46% field goal. If we can get that number closer to 50, that's going to be elite. And then right now we're shooting 35% three-pointers. We got to keep it over 30 if we're going to win these games, especially coming into March. But I think right now this Illinois team is clicking on all cylinders, and you're seeing some really, really good basketball.
The other thing you're seeing is second chance points. I think that's a stat that a lot of people take for granted. But the offensive rebounding and second chance points that we are able to get, we're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation.
Right.
And it's leading to a lot of second chance points, which is creating, opportunities that I don't know if we win some of these games, we don't get those second chance points. And so that's another key factor too. It's the little things we're doing right now. We're the hustle, the grit, the grind. It's that time of season where you've got to do these little things if you're going to win and be successful. Right now, a lot of projections have us at number 2 in the South playing in St. Louis as number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. I still don't think we're number 1 seed by any. I don't. I just don't. Are we playing great? Have we won 12 in a row? Yes. A lot of basketball left in the season. I don't want to be a number 1 seed. I don't. I think this team is better at playing the underdog, if you will. And I could almost see us being a 3 and being okay with that too. I just don't know if when you talk about top 4 teams in the nation, I just don't see it yet. I need, this is going to sound crazy. I need a spark. I need something. I need some showtime, but there's not a lot of showtime. They're just hard workers to get things up, to get the job done.
Yeah, I think that Michigan game is going to be what tells you a lot. If Illinois wins the Big Ten, which they have a good chance to win the Big Ten, tied for first right now.
Right.
They got to play Michigan. Michigan comes to town at the end of the month. I think that's going to be the spark that we're going to find out. Is this a number 1 seeded team in the tournament, or are we on that 2 to 3 bubble? Which, I'm okay with either. But at this point, the way Illinois is playing without their second leading scorer and their lead point guard, the dog himself, Kylan Boswell, I think this team has the recipe to be one of the top teams in the country. We just need a few more weeks to see where this all shakes out.
Yeah, we got Michigan State this weekend. We still have Michigan coming up. We still got the Indiana at home too. Don't forget about that. The Big Ten's a tough conference, and it's going to get even tougher the closer we get to the end of February and get ready to start March Madness. But Scotty, I don't know about you, but it's fun to watch these guys right now, and it's exciting. You can feel it when you're in town. You can feel it when you're all around. Illini fans you go from football season. This is something Illini fans aren't used to. You go from successful football season in back-to-back years. Now you've got successful basketball, both men's and women's side. Josh Whitman has a lot to do with this, and kudos to him. I just want to say that because he's done a lot of right things on the football side, the basketball side, the men's and women's, baseball, golf. He's doing a lot of right things and building the U of I up athletically to a upper echelon in the nation.
Yeah, super solid athletic director, doing a great job. Kudos to him, like you said.
All right, hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk the college football playoff schedule and what a mess it is as it was released on Wednesday. All right, we'll be back right here on the Pressbox Live on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Jen Wright at Midwest Mortgage in Champaign will focus on your goals, not just the numbers. Jen Wright will uncover options, build your strategy, and make this journey clear, simple, and stress-free. Let Jen Wright at Midwest Mortgage find solutions that fit your busy life. Call Jen today at 217-778-0598. Because your home should work for you, not the other way around. Jen Wright, Midwest Mortgage, NMLS, number 2105305.
You work hard to keep your car running and your home safe. That's why it's an easy choice to turn to Country Financial for car and home insurance you can count on. Jordan McDaniel and Country Financial have provided insurance and protected families like yours for more than 100 years. That's the kind of stability you can trust. Start protecting your car and your home today. Call Jordan McDaniel, your Country Financial representative in Savoy, at 217-352-5252. 9817 for a free quote today.
Welcome back to the Pressbox Live here on a Thursday evening on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm Keith Gibson, sitting in the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studios. With me in the TP in Tolono, Scotty Johnson, and we talked Illini basketball and the red hot Fighting Illini. Now we're going to talk a little college football playoff schedule, which was released on Wednesday. And Scotty, what a absolute mess. You thought this year was bad. Next year's going to get even worse.
It's so frustrating. We talked about it, I think, a few weeks ago about, it's the season ends. College football regular season ends at the end of November 28th, last game. The playoffs don't end until the end of January.
Right.
So the regular season's lasting just over 3 months, but it takes 2 whole months to play your 11 playoff games. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Crazy.
Yeah. The first playoff game actually didn't start till what? New Year's Eve?
Well, the week before New Year's Eve, they play the first
Christmas.
4 games.
Okay, Christmas.
Yes, the week before Christmas, or the 20th, 19th, 20th is the first round. Again, but those first 4 teams get a bye. So those first 4 teams are getting 3 weeks before they play their first game. So we talked about, they need to add 16 teams or whatever they need to do. That's problem 1. So problem 2 is first round is before Christmas. Second round, the quarterfinals are New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I understand that. I mean, those games have been played, or those bowl games have been played on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day for how many years? I understand that. But then it's another 3 weeks until the finals?
Well, you got 2 weeks off between the quarters, right?
Correct.
And the semis?
Correct.
Because you go the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then what is it, like the 13th and 14th or something like that of the semis, and then 2 weeks to the championship game.
Yeah, and I was reading into it, and college football is adding an additional week this year to get players healthy and not compete with the NFL. But again, 2 months to play these 11 playoff games is absolutely insane. We're halfway through basketball season when college football ends.
Right.
Unreal.
Well, and it all comes down to this. It all comes down to the mighty dollar. And I understand you got bowl commitments and this and that and whatever, but Lane Kiffin sent out a tweet today, and a lot of people don't like him. Some love him. But a lot of times he's not wrong. He said, this is an absolute mess. How can you have the first round start on December, 19th, right? And then over a month later is the final for a 12-team playoff? These guys don't need 2 weeks off in between. It's all about rhythm, and it's all about timing and everything, and everything gets thrown off. That's why you see a lot of these teams who get the 4 teams who get a bye have struggled.
Yeah,
they're not playing for a month and a half. Mercy.
Yep. So let me ask you, Keith, what does college football need to do? Do we need to start a week earlier and start playoff earlier? I mean, you're saying just go back to back to back and get this done.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
I could see maybe giving a week between, like when the regular season ends. You've got Big Ten championship, SEC championship. Fine, play those. Give it a week. You start the playoffs, and you're in. You can have this thing done by New Year's. You could have the championship game New Year's Day, which it used to be.
Yeah.
Now you're pushing it back 3.5 weeks for a championship game. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
The weird thing on the scheduling is your first rounds of college football playoffs are on Friday and Saturdays. Your second round are your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So those days can fall during the middle of the week, and that's where I think if the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day falls on a Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, so you're either cutting the rest short or cutting the rest long, and then you're back to the semifinals or on a Saturday night, and then you're back to the national championship game, which is usually a Monday night. So it's just
why? Why is the national championship game on a Monday night? Why can't you make it on a Saturday? I don't understand it. Make it a Saturday when everybody can get together. You're going to make more money. You're going to make more money that way.
They're fighting with NFL playoffs. It's the money. That's the thing.
It's all TV rights and money is all it comes down to.
Now, speaking of TV rights, we're going to get into that here just a few minutes.
We are. And we've got a lot to say about that too. But hey, Wednesday was also National Signing Day, and a lot of things happened. I want to give a big kudos out to a lot of players from the Unity Rockets who we cover. Scotty and I do, as you can see his great shirt he's got on there. For the last 4 years, big shout out to the General, Dane Eisenminger, and Colson Miller, both signed with Central Missouri. And they will be Mules next year. Get to go to school together. That's pretty cool. Desmond Winfrey is signed. I'm waiting to hear where to, but I believe Desmond is signed. Crew Eckstein is signed. That group of seniors has been really special. It was special this year to cover them, I know, for both of us. But I'm so proud of these kids. I am. They were the freshman class, the one we started with. See them go all the way through, get to the state championship game this year, and now moving on and continuing their football careers. I haven't really been able to say this publicly and on video, so I'm going to say it now, Scotty. Thank you to each and every one of the seniors at Unity High School on the football team for giving Scotty and I and Mike so many great memories, and we appreciate each and every one of you kids. We do.
Great athletes and just great overall kids. I got a chance to speak to a couple of the parents, and just interacting and meeting these kids. They're really good young men, and they're going to do good things, big things in their next step. So I'm excited to see what they do.
I am. And in case you don't know, Cade Considine, who was the Byron running back, linebacker, Mr. Everything, out of nowhere, because I hadn't heard he was looking at Illinois or anything, signed with the University of Illinois as a safety, a defensive back. So he will be coming to Illinois. Scotty, I was very impressed with the young man when we saw him at the state championship game.
Yep, he is. He's a hell of an athlete himself, and he put that team on his shoulders that day, and excited to see what he can do at Illinois next year.
Coach Bleeman may give him the football every once in a while too, because the kid can run football too.
Never know.
Yep. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk sports on TV and the craziness it is with streaming right here on the Pressbox Live on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Spring is almost here, and that means more time on the road. At Cam's Auto Repair, we help you get your vehicle road ready after a long winter. From inspections and maintenance to the repairs that keep your family safe, our team takes the time to explain what your car needs, so there are no surprises. You can book online through Google or at our website at camsautorepair.com or call 217-607-1477 to talk with Dale or Cody. Cam's Auto Repair, trusted car care done right.
Holy cow! Have you visited the brand new Clubhouse Lounge Radio shop? Apparel and designs for men, women, and kids with multiple styles and colors. Cheer on your favorite team with new apparel from Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Shop online at clubhouse217.com today.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pressbox Live here on a Thursday evening on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Keith Gibson here with you in the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studio. Scotty Johnson over the TP in Tolono. We have talked Illinois men's basketball. We have talked college football playoffs. Now we're going to move into a subject which gets me a little fired up, and that doesn't take a whole lot anymore, Scotty, at my age. But let's talk about streaming sports on TV and the biggest colossal, I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's all over the place. It's every app, every streaming service. Scotty, it's getting out of hand, buddy.
There's not many words I can really come up with to describe how out of hand this is getting, because there used to be a day where you could have your basic cable and see everything you needed to see. That day's gone.
For less money than you have to spend now.
Yeah, it's insane. You've got so many different streaming services out right now, and each of them are getting their piece of the pie as far as what sport they're going to cover or what, even down to the event, not just the sport. It's not separated by just sports anymore. It's by the specific event or the specific, game per se. But it's getting crazy. Like, I mean, if you wanted to do it the right way and have every streaming service so you can watch every game and every paid per view or your wrestling or UFC, I mean, you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month to be able to see all this stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. You're going to have Netflix.
Yep.
Amazon Prime. Peacock. HBO Max. Paramount. ESPN. Hulu. What other ones am I missing? Fox Sports. Big Ten Network. Big Ten Plus. I mean, that's 10 right there.
That's not even counting your marquee network for Cubs baseball.
Oh, don't get me started on that one either.
What was
$30 a month?
Now MLB. I mean, it's just
they did that. I did see that this week. For you Cardinal fans, now you got Cardinals.tv. You can pay $20 a month to watch games, or for the whole season, pay $99.99.
Again, there's another cost to watch that one team, for the 6 months of the year, whatever it is. It's crazy. And, talking about specific sports, like, it's not like, okay, Fox covers football. It's not like CBS covers basketball.
No,
they've all got a piece of everything. And it's just crazy.
Well, let's take the NFL, for example.
Yeah.
Thursday nights usually have what? The Prime game, right? So you got to have Amazon Prime to watch Thursday night games.
Yep.
And then Sundays, if you want something, you got to have Sunday Ticket. Then you either got to have the Paramount to watch the games on CBS. You either got to have Fox to watch the games on Fox. And then Sunday night, you got to have Peacock to watch games on Peacock.
Yeah, and then ESPN on Monday night.
Yeah, and then ESPN. So you have to have 6 or 7 different apps, subscriptions, just to watch NFL football on a weekly basis.
Yep. I got the old rabbit ears you can screw into the back of the TV and get your local Fox and your local CBS, but you're only limited to what the 2 games that are on that day for Fox and CBS.
I have an antenna too out here in the Clubhouse Lounge studios, and I pick up WCIA for CBS games. I pick up Fox 55 or whatever it is out of, I pick up Fox, pick up CBS, I pick up NBC, but it depends on whether I can actually pick those up or not. But then the rest of them I'm having to stream, and it's college football is the same way anymore.
Yeah, it really is. And to college football, one of the biggest issues I have, we run the tailgates in Lot 31 every week for, Illinois football. And to stream those games, you have to have internet out there. Mm-hmm. And to have internet out there that's working and reliable is a tough task at its own right there. If you don't have Starlink out Lot 31, you're flipping a coin.
SOL.
You might not see the game.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just getting insane. And then we talked a little bit last week how Paramount picked up UFC. So that's kind of a change. There's no more of the $60, $80 pay-per-views. It's just the $8.99 a month. You can watch all the UFC fights. But with that came some problems, like we talked about, commercials and just it's not good right now.
Well, and WWE went from having its own network, and I am a WWE fan. I'm a nerd like that. Went from having its own network, and then went to Peacock, which I paid $9.99 a month for WWE Network. It got rid of that, moved everything to Peacock. I was paying, I think, $19.99 a month for that because I don't like commercials. So I could watch everything without commercials. Then it flips to Netflix. Then it flips to ESPN. Now, if I want to watch the pay-per-views on ESPN, I got to pay $30 a month.
Yeah, it's never in.
It's insane.
It's never in there.
That's only for the pay-per-views. Now, if I want to watch the other shows, I have to have Netflix because that's what Raw's on. And if I want to watch SmackDown, I have Paramount Plus. And if I'm watching the old stuff, I've got to have, it's now all moved to Netflix. Really, I don't know why I keep Peacock. I guess for NBC, stuff. But it's all on there. It's like, I've got to have 5 different things to watch WB, and it's the same with UFC. And people are mad. They don't want to watch commercials.
I get it. And I mean, there used to be a day where, you paid for your Dish Network or DirecTV and, the whole rainbow, you got everything and it covered everything. You might have had to pay for your pay-per-view or your special events. YouTube TV tried a little bit, buy YouTube TV, you're going to get, multiple subscriptions, but it still doesn't cover everything.
No, it doesn't. I had YouTube TV and I got rid of it.
Yeah.
Because the price just kept going up and up and up, and the channels kept going. Like, I lost MLB Network. I was losing other stations as well. I'm like, why do I still have this? Why am I paying $90 a month for 4 stations when I'm still paying for the apps too? It's really draining the sports fan dry. And everybody, 10 years ago said, cut the cord, everything's going this way. Well, it did. And for the first couple of years, it was great. Then everybody wanted a piece of their pie, as you said.
Yep.
And now it's gotten out of hand where that's why TV deals are so big, though, too.
Correct. Yeah. And it'd be a full-time job if you want to keep all your subscriptions in a row and keep your wallet, in a row as well. Because, there's a lot of people that don't need Peacock for the whole year, but they want to see those few games. You'll have an Illinois basketball schedule. You'll have 2 games on Peacock all year. Like, why?
That's why I keep asking myself, why? Why do I keep paying for this?
Yeah.
But my kids watch it too. They watch some of the kids' shows and movies and stuff like that. That's really the only reason I keep it. But as far as sports go, Notre Dame football's on there, and I don't mind. I love going to Notre Dame. I do. It's if you haven't watched a game at Notre Dame, you should. Whether you're a fan or not, just go for the atmosphere and the history behind it. But I enjoy keeping up with Notre Dame as well. I don't have a subscription to the Big Ten Network because I don't have a YouTube or cable provider. And so I asked you the other day, I said, how am I going to watch the games? You said, well, get the Fox Sports app. Tried that. Didn't work either.
Didn't work?
No. Because I'm refusing to pay for it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm cheap. It's just like, everybody wants your money. $20 here, $20. Well, it all adds up. You think about it. If you have all 10 of those apps I mentioned at the beginning of this segment at say $20 a pop, that's $200 a month.
That's a car payment.
I'm paying that. Well, it used to be, but now you're spending double what you did 10 years ago for the same stuff, just 10 different ways.
Yeah, it's just the sad thing is you're paying $20 a month for something you might use once or twice a month.
Correct. Well, ESPN, I will say this. ESPN has come in handy. The app, I don't mind paying the $30 a month for it because I do get WWE pay-per-views and I watch them religiously. But I have now, for years, I think everybody's my age. I'm 44 years old, soon to be 45 in April on the 8th, if anybody wants to buy me a birthday present. But anyway, that's a cheap plug right there. We woke up watching SportsCenter, right? Now I can wake up. If I wake up which I normally do at 4 a.m., 4:30 some mornings, I can come out here and I will watch SportsCenter and catch up on everything. Now, do I miss the days of having Stuart Scott and Scott Van Pelt? And sometimes I'll watch Van Pelt's from the night before, but I miss those guys too. But it still gives me highlights and gives me something to watch. It's not the same as it used to be, but it still gives me something. But the others, like, man, I'm like, why do I keep doing this? I don't know, but you have to. If you want to watch your sports, you got to.
Yeah, and I think that's where they know. They got the market cornered, and unfortunately, there's not a light at the end of the tunnel right now, or there's not a solution, and I don't know if there ever will be. It just seems like every year, every season, every sport, it seems like there's a new streaming service. Amazon Prime is pretty new to the streaming services. Netflix, they just started streaming live sports, last year?
Yeah.
Do you remember their first live sports streaming, I think, was a Jake Paul fight. and it was an
Correct. And
absolute disaster.
it was. And they have came a long way. And what was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Him and Tyson? Wasn't that the one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They've came a long way since then. But everybody wants a piece of that sports pie because that's where the money's at. Speaking of pie, and you mentioned the tailgates earlier, I told everybody last week I had an announcement to make. Kind of made it a little early if you follow us on Facebook and social media, but we have decided October 3rd against Purdue, homecoming will be the annual tailgate party, the 4th annual Clubhouse Lounge tailgate party at Memorial Stadium in Lot 31. So make your plans now. We'll have T-shirts. We'll have a bunch of other stuff to give away that day too. And it's always a great time. And it should be another fun season for Illini football.
It should be. Game time is TBD currently for all the games, but
correct.
If you know us in Lot 31, you know we're there.
We're there at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. It doesn't matter what time the game starts. We're there.
Right. We're there. We're there setting up as soon as the lot opens. So I know it's a good time, and I thank you guys for always allowing us to be a part of it. And we have a great time and great food, and looking forward to that again this year. Scotty, what's next on our agenda to talk about, my friend?
Oh, we're going to dip into the NBA a little bit. Trade deadline was today, so I'm not even fully caught up on all the chaos that's been going on. But I think, we can probably just be honest with this one. Like, well, who cares?
Well, I was hoping you'd say that, so I kind of threw it to you so I didn't have to say it first. The NBA has become, to me, and I'm sure we have a lot of NBA fans out there. I'm sure we have some. I just don't get it. It's awful basketball, and maybe I'm just getting old and an old school guy, but it's awful basketball. There's no defense played. There's no offense really ran. It's I'm going to come down, set a pick, I'm going to shoot the ball. And sometimes there's not even a pick set. It's just awful basketball. It really is. But you got to keep up with it. You do. As a sports fan, you got to, I still keep up with most of it. I couldn't tell you half the guys that are in the league now. But I know, LeBron's still playing awfully, but he's still playing. James Harden was traded this week for the 7th time in his career, Yeah,
you just don't see the big names going in many places anymore. Like, it's all the young guys they're looking for, and they're looking for picks. They're looking for money. I think that's the way the NBA is going. It's really funneled. The NBA's changed a lot over the last 10 years. A true call center like Zach Edey or Kofi Coburn, they're not NBA guys. They're those 7-footers that can't shoot the ball. They don't have a spot in the NBA. And the same with small guards. Braden Smith for Purdue, one of the best point guards in the country right now, probably doesn't have a spot in the NBA roster because he's just a small point guard, and the NBA is just a different animal.
It's street ball. That's all it's turned into, is street ball. Let's dunk. Let's try to dunk, and let's shoot from, 3/4 court. And, Steph Curry kind of changed that too. And he's a great shooter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Steph Curry's probably one of the greatest pure shooters that I've ever been able to witness. But he also kind of was part of that revelation of, I'm just going to shoot it and shoot it and shoot it from deep and deep and deeper. And that's what I see. Luka Doncic is one of those guys that just shoots from anywhere. It's not fun to me to watch. I just can't get into it. I can't. You don't have the personalities either. I think that's part of it. There is no Sir Charles Barkley. There is no Dennis Rodmans. You don't have the Admirals, David Robinson, or, you don't have Michael Jordans. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe this is a discussion we can have somewhere down the line. LeBron is not Michael. There's only one GOAT. LeBron is not it. LeBron doesn't play a lick of defense, and he flops more than pancakes on a Saturday morning in the Gibson household.
It's a lot of pancakes.
And well, usually it is. We like pancakes around here, especially that 5-year-old sitting in there right now. Actually, he's in bed. So, but anyway, I just don't get into the NBA. I would like to know everybody else's take on it. I'd like to know where everybody stands on the NBA and our listeners and what their feel is for it.
Yeah, comment on this Facebook, on this live right now. Let us know, let us know who the GOAT is, because I agree. I don't think there's another Jordan that'll ever play NBA basketball, but like just to hear from you guys and see. I've never understood the NBA. I've never got into it. They do these in-season tournaments in the middle of the season, and
Money.
Yep.
That's all it is money. Money. I will say this. Hey, by the way, there is a documentary on, I believe it's Netflix, of Shaq. And when Shaq owns Reebok now. I didn't know if you knew that. Was part of co-owner of Reebok.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary on Netflix, and you all should watch it. It's pretty good. Him and AI are co-owners of Reebok now.
It's on Netflix.
And yeah, pretty good.
You have that subscription.
I do. I was able to sit and watch all 8 episodes in one morning from about 3 a.m. on.
I will check that out.
Yeah. All right, Scotty. Other things going on in the world. It's big golf weekend. There's a big party going on out in Arizona.
There it is. The Super Bowl weekend always marks the weekend of the Phoenix Open, the Waste Management, out there in Arizona. And you talk about the one golf tournament. Golf's a pretty preppy sport. A lot of etiquette going on there at the golf course, but not the 16th hole there in Phoenix. It is a absolute party.
It is. It's fun to watch, man. It is absolutely fun to watch. And it's one of those things on my bucket list that I want to go to. But trying to get a ticket, they open the gates and people run. They race. And we're going to get to that in a second, aren't we?
We are.
They're going to race to that 16th hole and try to get a seat. But the beer flies. The noise is there. In golf, it's usually a quiet please. There's no quiet on that course. Yes. I think the golfers enjoy it too.
No, that's the one exception. This tournament is the one exception. The Masters tournament, the U.S. Open, those prestigious tournaments, they rank up here on something I would love to go to. But I think you got to keep the Phoenix Open, the Waste Management tournament, right up there with the Masters because it just looks like a great time.
It does, and tickets are hard to come by every year because everybody wants to go party. And I've seen videos already. It started this morning, and there's people that have probably had too many libations already on day one.
They're going to see over 700,000 people come through the gates this weekend
in 4 days.
In 4 days, and the Coliseum hole that we're talking about, number 16. If you haven't seen it, look it up. 16th hole at Waste Management. They've literally built a stadium, a Coliseum stadium around this hole. There's 20,000 seats, and there's no other word to describe it besides rowdy. It's a party. Last year, Keith, they had to stop beer sales on Saturday because too many people were intoxicated and passing out. It's absolutely insane, and I love it.
It's not for the golf fan who's a purist, without a doubt.
No, not at all.
I love the Masters, and I love the prestige and the mystique and everything about the Masters, and I'm looking forward to it this year. I look forward to it every year. I watch it. I love golf. I love watching golf. Everybody's like, oh, it's so boring to watch. A golf fan and a golfer will sit and watch golf because they watch the little idiosyncrasies of every golfer. Their swing, their mannerisms. That's why I love baseball. When I go to a baseball game, I'm the same way. What's the guy doing? Where's he moving? How's he moving? What's he do in between pitches? It's the same way in between shots for a golfer. This tournament, nobody gives a flying about any of that.
No, it's absolutely. It started about almost 30 years ago, really, is when this tournament became pretty crazy. Tiger Woods had a hole-in-one on 16, well before the Coliseum was built. And it's known as the shot heard around the world just because how loud it got when he hit the hole-in-one.
Mm-hmm.
And so now the kind of the rule, like if you're on 16 and somebody hits a hole-in-one, it doesn't matter if your beer's full, empty, if you got somebody else. You're throwing your beer onto the green, and it delays the game because they have to stop and clean up hundreds and hundreds of thousands of beers. It's absolutely insane, and it's pretty cool. It really is.
It's pretty awesome, and the golfers love it, as I said, and they get into it with the crowd. They throw golf balls and things, and I'm anxious to see what happens. I know there was a couple of years ago people wanted it to stop, and let it go. Let people have fun. Let them release.
Yeah, you can tell the golfers are out there hyping up the crowd, and they love it. They don't get that very often, so it's kind of a nice change of pace. It's the beginning of the season. Justin Rose won the Farmers last weekend, so he's got the FedEx Cup lead right now. Scotty Scheffler's the favorite for this weekend. But it's one of those early in the season, and it's been the same, I think, since the 70s. It's been the same weekend as the Super Bowl. It's gone coincide with the Super Bowl weekend, and it's the ratings are great, and I don't see it changing.
I don't either. Thank goodness. What else we got? Oh, I know what you want to talk about. It's what you're passionate about. We're going to go left a lot, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We are going to go left a lot this year. But I will tell you, this is, as much as I love NASCAR, man, this was a brutal week for NASCAR. I'm going to be honest.
Have they finished that race yet?
I think they're still racing. So I said last week, it's kind of an exhibition race. It's called the Clash. It's at Bowman Gray. It doesn't mean anything. There's, I think, 25 drivers that raced in it. You had to qualify. You had to get in by points, and then there was a few spots open for qualifying. And that race got postponed from Sunday to Monday, got postponed from Monday to Wednesday. Halfway through Wednesday night, it started snowing. Then it started raining. And I don't even know what time they finished that race, and it didn't mean anything. So, it's weird.
Money. Once again, comes down to money. Hey, let me ask you this. So, where's Bowman Gray at?
North Carolina.
Right. They got snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weather's been weird. Yeah. So it doesn't mean anything, but we postponed it twice. The next race then would be Daytona?
Correct, yeah. And that starts next.
Right, but those teams are going to have to get there probably this weekend, right?
Yeah, I mean they're probably on their way there, to be honest with you, right now as we speak, because the duels start middle of the week next week, and there's a lot of practice and stuff and getting their cars ready. It's been a long off season. There's been some rule changes this year, some driver changes, some team changes. So there's some tweaks to get out. But yeah, they're going to spend a full about probably 10 days in Daytona.
So for a guy like me who I enjoy watching the first 15 laps and the final 50. When they go in caution, does that lap count?
Yeah, it does in a normal race. This exhibition race did not count for any caution laps. That's why it just drug on and drug on and drug on. But yes, in a normal race, a caution lap does count as part of your total laps.
I thought so.
Unless it's a red flag, then that means it's completely stopped and there's no laps ran.
Now, right, that's when they pull in the pits.
Correct, yeah. Or depending if it's a bad wreck, they'll just pull off to the side on the track. If there's rain or something, they'll pull in the pits, put the covers on. But some red flags. All red flags, you're not allowed to touch the cars. So if it's stopped because of a wreck or weather, the team can't work on the cars. So there's everything's stopped, not just the race itself.
I learned something new today.
Yellow flags, caution laps count, and now it does change though at the end of the race. If there's 2 laps left and there's a wreck and there's a caution that comes out, they will not end that race under a yellow flag. They used to. Now they call it overtime, so they call it a green, white, checkered. So they will get the cars lined back up. First flag is a green flag. They go around. As soon as they cross the start-finish line, it's the white flag. Then the next time around, it's the checkered. So it's a 2-lap shootout, basically. Now, if there's a caution flag before that white flag comes out, then you restart that overtime, and it happens several times. But once the white flag comes out, once the final lap white flag comes out, once the driver crosses that start-finish line, the white flag comes out, the next flag ends the race, whether it's yellow or checkered.
Right. Okay. Hey, thanks for clarifying that. I appreciate that, Scotty.
Yeah. Hey,
So
it's
Daytona.
fun.
So we'll talk Daytona next week and maybe pick our favorites for the Daytona.
I'm ready.
Which I did see that Tony Stewart's going to drive the Truck Series at Daytona, right?
Yeah, that's throwing an old name out there. He's coming back and driving in the Truck Series. So
Yeah, pay a little bit of attention to things. Come on now.
we'll smoke.
All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're getting ready to talk Super Bowl, NFL Hall of Fame, and we're going to update you on some high school basketball coverage we got coming up on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. You're watching the Pressbox Live, presented by Jen Wright and Midwest Mortgage.
Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Jen Wright at Midwest Mortgage in Champaign will focus on your goals, not just the numbers. Jen Wright will uncover options, build your strategy, and make this journey clear, simple, and stress-free. Let Jen Wright at Midwest Mortgage find solutions that fit your busy life. Call Jen today at 217-778-0598. Because your home should work for you, not the other way around. Jen Wright, Midwest Mortgage, NMLS, number 2105305.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Clubhouse Lounge Radio studios. This is the Pressbox Live. I'm Keith Gibson. Scotty Johnson with me in the TP in Tolono. Scotty, we've talked a lot of things tonight. We've covered a lot of bases. We've talked Illini basketball. We've talked college football. We've talked sports and streaming. We've talked NASCAR, golf, NBA. But now we talk about the granddaddy of them all, the big one, Super Bowl LX. Why can't they just say 60? Why do we have to keep using Roman numerals?
It's just fancy, Keith.
It is fancy. It's great marketing. Hey, it's Super Bowl this weekend, Scotty. How excited, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Super Bowl this weekend?
I wouldn't have guessed at all at the beginning of the season we're going to see the Seahawks and the Patriots. Neither one of them I would consider my team, but it is the Super Bowl. I am excited to watch the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know anybody that really doesn't watch the Super Bowl, whether it's for the game itself or the commercials or all the food, the drinks. You got a halftime show. Like, you just got a lot going on Sunday, but I think we're going to actually have a pretty good game. I really do.
I do too. So scale of 1 to 10, where you at?
For excited?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 6 on the game, 8 on the actual whole Super Bowl.
Okay.
Just because it's more than the game. It's more than the game.
I actually think the game will be, I agree with you. I think the game will be really good. I do. I will be shocked if it's not. I think I'm excited to actually, I'm with you. I don't have a team in this. I don't have a horse. But I'm excited to watch a good fundamental football game. Both these teams have earned it. Without a doubt, they've earned the spot. Excitement for the game, I would give it a 7. Excitement for the food, drink, and commercials, I would give it a 9. For the halftime show, I will give it a 1.
I thought you were going 10 on that.
No, 1. 1.
Yeah, it's been some controversy this year on the halftime selection with Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny at the halftime show, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Give me Dre, give me Snoop, give me Eminem, give me 50 Cent back. Give me something, I guess, from my era or classic rock or something that's kind of universal. I know it's controversial, but does Bad Bunny fit everything? No. Give me something that's, I don't know, different than not that different.
I'm sure it's going to get plenty of viewers. I'm sure that there's probably a lot of people that love it. Again, to me, it doesn't get me excited. I couldn't tell you one Bad Bunny song, and I listen to a lot of music. But it's, I mean, am I going to watch it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to grade it.
I might be getting my second or third plate by then. Maybe a fresh cocktail or so.
Just one, though, right? Just one.
It's Sunday. I'll have 2.
Okay. Yeah, my ass. Hey, no, I'm with you.
What do you, I mean, all jokes aside, Super Bowl Sunday, what is your go-to Super Bowl food, snack? What does Keith Gibson have on his plate on Super Bowl Sunday?
Soft pretzel, sir.
Soft
I
pretzel.
love me some soft pretzels. I love some chicken wings. I love. There's not a whole lot of food old Keith Gibson will not eat on Super Bowl Sunday. If someone would put out a bowl of pickles, I would sit and eat the bowl of pickles, sir. There's not a whole lot I won't eat.
I saw a funny stat this week, and I should have wrote it down. I don't remember. It was like 14 million chicken wings will get consumed on Super Bowl Sunday alone, or something crazy. I don't know how they come up with that number, but it was just kind of funny, like, because half of the Super Bowl is the food and the camaraderie and the drinks and just it's an event.
Right. We as a family, we aren't going anywhere for the Super Bowl. We're going to have our own little Super Bowl party here. We're going to make some food up. I'm going to make my kids love my pizza bombs. We're going to have some soft pretzels, some cheese dip, and just the kids are excited for the game. Now, my daughter, who's 9, is excited to watch Bad Bunny.
Okay.
That tells you the generation gap, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like you. I have no clue what he sings, but as far as I want to know what everybody watching and listening enjoys too. Let us know what you like. What do you like to drink? What do you like to eat? What's maybe some recipes you could share? I'm always looking for some great recipes to have my wife cook.
Yeah, I mean, I might be
I
coming
don't
to
cook very well. But welcome, always welcome. But as far as the game goes, I'm going to tell you this. If the Seahawks run the football, I don't see the Patriots stop. I don't care how good a defense that is. I think the Seahawks are, they're 4.5-point favorites is the last I saw. And rightfully so. I think Kenneth Walker is going to have a big game for Seattle running the football. And Sam Darnold is got to do just enough. Just manage the game. And I think if you're on the Patriots side, Drake May's going to have an out-of-this-world game to beat Seattle's defense and do. I like Seattle in this game. I do. But I'm excited for a good game. I hope it's a good game. But I really don't care who wins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Seattle takes this one if I'm looking at it on paper. I think if you said it, if they get the run game going early, it's going to be tough for the Patriots. I feel like the Patriots are going to be playing catch-up all game. And they're going to make it competitive. They will. But I just don't think they're going to have what it takes to edge Seattle in that defense. It's just I just don't think they have enough to
I don't either.
Play in the Super Bowl.
I think Drake May's a great quarterback. I do. And I think he's going to have years of getting at least a playoffs with Vrabel and that whole ownership group and everybody who's there, and we'll get to that more here in a minute. But I think the Patriots are a good organization, and they're set up for a long run. Now, will they win multiple championships? I don't know, but will they be competitive every year for the next 10 years? Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't think this is the year. I don't. I get the Seahawks winning, and in a tight one, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say 27-21 Seahawks win.
Okay, I was 27-17 is what I have on my paper here. Seahawks.
That's crazy. And we didn't even talk about this before we went on air.
We did not. No, that is cool. Another thing I want to ask you, your point. Do you think the Super Bowl commercials have gotten worse over the last 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, they have. We would, Kendall and I and Lori, Mason was asleep, but we would sit and watch the other night. I think it was Sunday night, either Sunday or Monday evening. They had the greatest Super Bowl commercials of all time. The 25 years of it, they've been airing this. And they were showing commercials from like the last 15, 20 years. There's some great Budweiser commercials with the Clydesdale, some great Doritos commercials. Commercials I remember and be like, when they aired, I was like, man, that's a great commercial. Now I'm just like, Ozempic. What? It's like, what do we do? And they're 5 times as much as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see what a 30-second spot's running right now for a Super Bowl commercial. I'm sure it's millions, probably 10, 20 million for a 30-second spot.
It's insane, but I agree. I think, I don't know what the reasoning is, but it just seems like the commercials aren't as good as they used to be. Maybe
They don't have to be.
yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know, but I do
They
remember
don't have to
the big
be.
ones. Maybe it's the
Excuse
they're
me.
scared of the line to cross because there used to be some pretty gray area commercials back in the day.
What's one of your favorite commercials of all time?
I have this commercial that's stuck in my head, and it's a little personal reasons, but there was a Ram truck commercial. My dad was in the car business for 30 years, sold Ram trucks, but there was a Ram truck commercial that the guy was choking on beef jerky, and he hopped in the passenger seat of this Ram, and his buddy was driving. He took off, pedal to the metal, then he slammed on the brakes, and when he slammed on the brakes, he hacked up the beef jerky onto the windshield. And I will never forget that commercial, partially because, we were, car family or whatever. But
Right.
that's just one that, like, I don't remember what year it was, but it was early 2000s. It was hilarious.
One of my favorite ones is the donkey with the Budweisers.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite ones. And then you have the What's Up with the Budweiser guys. And Budweiser's always done a fantastic job of commercials. Now, as a brand, have they done magical here? And no, they're slipping a little bit. Well, there's so much competition now too. But you don't see the commercials like you used to. And that used to be one of my favorite. Everybody stayed quiet during commercials.
Yeah.
When the Super Bowl was on, not so much anymore. But it's like, you'll see it tomorrow on YouTube, or you see it 30 seconds later on social media.
Yeah,
that has taken away, I think, some of the creativity and things, and people they'll pay the big money for it because all the eyes are there. I'm waiting for the day when someone puts on a commercial and tells people to go to their YouTube channel or to their social media to see the end of it. Like, does a half a commercial and just says, go watch it here instead.
I feel like that's a thing. I've seen that, but there's one a few years ago. It's probably 3 or 4 years ago. The commercial had 0 words, 0 actors. It was a blank screen and it had a QR code in the middle.
I remember that.
And that was it. And everybody was like, what the heck is that? And I'm sure hundreds of people pulled their phone out.
Bingo.
But yeah, it did. That was pretty creative. It was weird, but it was very creative.
So you like the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks. I don't think we'll both watch the halftime show. It's always a fun weekend. It really is. Did you watch any of the Pro Bowl?
You know what? I did catch a little bit of it.
I didn't watch a second.
It didn't change my opinion on how dumb it is, and I will stand 10 toes down on that. It is dumb, but the funniest part, Shador Sanders throws an interception for a pick 6 at the Pro Bowl. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe this does make sense.
Yeah, brother. It's I saw one highlight, and that's I didn't watch any live. Saw one highlight of the Browns defensive end, Myles Garrett, playing dodgeball. I'm like, this is what the Pro Bowl has come down to. You've got $1 million athletes playing dodgeball.
Yeah, it's a family reunion at that point, just getting together and having fun. But I didn't realize, maybe I've noticed in the past, but I didn't realize they cut it to a 60-yard field for the Pro Bowl too.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, the 30-yard line's your midway. It's silly, but
yeah,
what are we gonna?
It is what it is.
Yep.
Hey, let's talk NFL Hall of Fame. We talked a little bit last week. Belichick not getting in this week. Robert Kraft not getting in, the Patriots owner. What's your feelings on that, Scotty?
Well, I expressed a little bit on the old Belichick last week, and that did not change. My point is the Hall of Fame is for the best of the best, the top of the line. There's never going to be another era that Belichick coached and Robert Kraft owned. That dynasty is the dynasty that'll probably never be repeated in the NFL. How can they both not make the Hall of Fame first ballot? I don't.
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. Now, first of all, I'm going to start this before I say anything, that there was a little bit of collusion going on here with Belichick and Robert Kraft not getting in the Hall of Fame. Do I think Belichick deserved to be in? As I said last week, no, I do not. not on the first ballot, and he's still coaching. I don't think any player, any coach, any owner should be in while they are still in that role that they are currently. It's any Hall of Fame. I don't think any current player should be in. But and there's going to be a lot of people that don't agree with me on this, and that's fine. This is my opinion. The Hall of Fame should be for the greatest players, coaches ever to play this game, right? Where on God's green earth has an owner done anything besides own the team and pay the bills to get into a Hall of Fame? What has he done? He owned the team. Well, congratulations. You owned a team, spent the money, and built a dynasty. Did he do that? Yeah. But tell me, did he ever put on the pads? Did he ever step on the sidelines? Did he ever? How can you say a owner is a Hall of Famer? Now, maybe when he's gone, you could say you can put him in. But I don't think any way, shape, or form that an owner should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, without a doubt, or a current owner should be in. I just don't see it. I don't understand it. It's for the greatest players that ever played, past tense, played the game. For the coaches that coached, past tense, in the game. I just don't get why everybody's throwing a fit about an owner getting in. You spent money. You did what you're supposed to do as an owner. You did your job. You did it well. But I just don't think as an owner you should be in the Hall of Fame and have people raise a stink about it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I definitely think that, I mean, your point is valid, but if you're going to allow owners to be in the Hall of Fame, Robert Kraft deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree he deserves as an owner to be in the Hall of Fame. Just like Belichick deserves to be a coach in the Hall of Fame. But when you're still in that role, an active role as either an owner, a coach, a player, you can't get in the Hall of Fame yet. Your career's not over. That's where my argument comes for all this. Until everything is said and done, you can't get in the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
In any sport. I don't care if it's baseball. I don't care if it's basketball. I don't care. Were you going to put Michael Jordan in after his third ring?
You could have.
Well, you probably could have. You're right. But you understand my point on that one, though? I don't.
It makes
when
sense.
You're active in that role, I don't think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And every media outlet, major media outlet in this country, has gone off on this. The common sense is there. I just said it. It doesn't, until you're done with it, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'll give you some grace on the Robert Kraft, but I mean, Belichick retired out of the NFL. He's not,
but he's still coaching. He's still active. He's still at North Carolina coaching.
Yeah, different though. Different college, collegiate.
My point on Belichick though is he has a chance to come back anytime he wants.
Sure.
And until you're done, period, done, retired, away from the game, I just don't think you should, any active player or coach or owner should be in. That's my take.
Let me ask you this. Somebody like Phillip Rivers, for example, retires. He starts coaching his son's high school football team, still coaching or continuing to be in the game, but then he comes back this year and gets picked up.
And his clock starts again.
Yeah. So that is that how that works?
Yeah, it should.
I don't know.
I think yeah, his clock has to restart now.
Okay.
And so I think it should be the same way for coaches, and it should be the same way for owners. Once you're gone, if Robert Kraft sells the teams tomorrow, which he won't, but because he's making buku amount of money. But if he would sell the team tomorrow, his 5 years would start. I think that's just how it should be. I think it's the right way to do it. The active part is what I have a big problem with.
Hey, that's fair. I like it.
Okay. Hey, you agree with me on something for once. Especially something like that. Hey, let's talk high school basketball. Scotty and I will be together on Friday night. We'll be bringing you the Unity Rockets and St. Joseph Ogden Spartans from the Rocket Center, live on Clubhouse Lounge Radio around 7 o'clock. So make sure you join us. The Rockets having a great season. They got a win over Monticello last Thursday night, as you saw on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. And then Tuesday night beat PBL up at Paxton Buckley Lotus. So big one this Friday night, and then we'll be on air again next Friday night.
I'm excited to I've been wanting to get in on the basketball games with you, and finally schedules are going to align, and I'm able to do this on Friday, and excited to see the Rockets in action, and what better way to see them against crosstown St. Joe Spartans.
That's right. Yeah, it's a big rivalry game. I'm sure the place will be packed.
Oh, yeah.
Rocket Center will be, and we'll be excited to be there. Scotty, any final thoughts as we wrap up the show tonight?
Yep. First thing first, I should have done this earlier. Obviously, I am solo tonight. No DP. He is out celebrating his birthday, so I do want to say happy birthday to DP. He's a big part of this show, and a big part of my sports world, because that's basically all we talk about all the time.
Yeah, that's all right. Happy birthday, DP. The big 2-1 today.
Exactly. But no, we were just so excited to talk about Illinois basketball, and just kind of slipped my mind. But happy birthday, DP. Illinois, Michigan State. Let's just continue this roll we're on.
Yes, sir.
Get Boswell healthy. I don't care about the streaming services. That's dumb. It's not going to change. Daytona 500, I'm ready to dig into that, and I'm excited to hear our thoughts next week about the Super Bowl game, halftime commercials, food, all of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to talk that, a little Daytona, a little golf, a little. It's a great time. We're getting into March Madness. It's a great time. Baseball season, pitchers and catchers report in a couple weeks. It's a great time to be a sports fan. And the best place to be is right here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio for the Pressbox Live. So for my broadcast partner on the TP and Tolono, Scotty Johnson, I am Keith Gibson. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for Unity Rockets basketball right here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Have a great night, everybody.